Good afternoon. Today I am going to teach you the software engineering subject. First of all, we have to know what is software engineering. First, what is software? Software is a set of programs. Now, we can say that some programs are collected together to form a particular software. Now this software may be of any kind like system software, application software or utility software, etc. So in general, we develop the application software in our home. We have used many programming languages for developing the software. Now as the term programming came here, what is the meaning of programming and what is program actually? Program is the set of instructions that is used to perform a specific task. And what is programming? The process of writing program and executing it is known as programming. So what are now what I am telling that software means set of programs. And what about the engineering? Engineering means the process of developing software, that is the step by step process of developing software is known as the engineering approach, that is the software engineering. Okay, now what we can do, we can go through some models by which we can develop the software. So first of all, we will discuss about the software product. What is the requirement of software? So softwares are developed by the software companies for their clients based on their requirements. So there is two part. One is the software company, another one is the customer or the client, and the development team. So development team is a part of software company because they were employed by the software company. They provide the employees particular salaries from their profit. And what the client do here, the client give their requirements, and based on the requirement, software development team has to develop the software. So we basically tell you about the software development life cycle. What is software development life cycle? Software development life cycle consists of several steps. So the first step is that is requirement gathering. That means in this step, what you have to do, you have to collect the requirements from several locations. That means you can go for personal interview, you can take some survey, and you can ask question to the customers. So in this way you can collect all the requirements for a particular software. So what will happen before that, before this requirement gathering part, you have to go through one step that is called the feasibility study. What is feasibility study? So there are different types of feasibility study available here. First of all, we can go through the economic feasibility. Economic feasibility means that whether I am developing a software that is cost friendly or not. So anyone can afford the software or not. This is the first topic. And next one is the technical feasibility. So technical feasibility means that the software should be technically feasible. As based on the economic I have told, we have to we have to see about the technical feasibility also. And the next one is um, the operational feasibility. Okay, so the software should be operative. Okay, so these are the various types of feasibility study available. Now in the second part I told about the requirements gathering part. Now what we will do, we will just analyze the software requirements. So when the requirements are gathered, then they will be analyzed by the development team, that if there is any ambiguity, then they have to just recheck that one, and if there is any duplicacy in the requirement, then they has to eliminate that one. That means, so this thing may occur that two requirements that is coming from two different customer, that is same. So what the development team will do, they will keep one requirement there and the another requirement should be removed. Okay, this is the requirement analysis part. In the third part, what they will do, they will create a software requirement specification. That means, to develop the software, what are the hardware requirements and what are the software requirements that they will specify, and they will write everything which is required to develop the software, and according to that they will try to design the software model. Okay, so software requirement specification is required to be shown to the customer, so that they can keep their feedback, and based on that the development team or the design team of the software development team can design the software. In the next part, if the software requirement specification is good or approved by the customer, at that time the design part will be carried out. That means the design will be done. That means the table design and the database design, or also we can proceed through the entity relationship diagram, the data flow diagram, the context diagram. So everything is there, use case diagram, etc., that are there. So that are followed in the design part. And in the next part, what we can do, we can go for the coding part. So coding part is done by the development team. Some personnel are there who are specialized in coding. They are employed by the company and they will do the coding part. So based on the design, they will try to develop the front end part of the software. Now in the next part, there is the testing part. So testing means, what you can do the unit testing and you can do the system testing, and also you can do the integration testing. So what you will do in the unit testing, you will test each and every module independently, and you will give the report to the development team. Testing team will try to test the software. In the next part, that is the system testing, the whole system will be tested by the development team or the testing team to approve the software. The next one is that integration testing. So this is a part where we have three different types of testing. One is the alpha testing. Alpha testing means that this testing is carried out by the development team itself. And then in the next part, that is the beta testing, this is conducted by the friendly set of customers. And next, the third part, that is the acceptance testing, this is carried out by the customer or the client at his or her site, and finally approve the software. Now this is all about the testing part. So after the product is delivered, we have to keep one another part, that is the maintenance part. So maintenance is a part of software development life cycle. What we can do here is, in this maintenance part we require much more effort, because you see, when the software is delivered, there may be some problem. Okay, if any update is coming in the software, then we can give the update to the customer. Or we can think about some, suppose some corrective maintenance is there, okay, some errors are there, so we can correct that one. Okay, there is some adaptive maintenance called, means that if there is any update in the software, then the updates would be adaptive, okay, adaptable by the software itself. Okay, so these maintenance are carried out by the development team at the end, or at the after the delivery of the software at the customer end. Okay, so thank you. I will take the next class on the next day.